Hello and welcome to Bible Bites Daily. Today we have reached Joshua chapter 5. This chapter marks a significant moment in the journey of the Israelites as they approach the promised land. As we reflect on this passage, may our hearts be open to the lessons God has for us. In the opening verse of Joshua writes, we find the Israelites camped at Gilgal, preparing to enter the land flowing with milk and honey. The atmosphere is charged with anticipation, for they are on the verge of stepping into the inheritance God had promised them. The crucial lesson from this chapter is beautifully encapsulated in the act of circumcision. Before embarking on the conquest of Jericho, the Lord instructs Joshua to circumcise the sons of Israel. This was not just a physical ritual, it held profound spiritual significance. Circumcision symbolizes the cutting away of the old, a removal of the past that hindered their journey forward. In the same way, God calls us to undergo a spiritual circumcision, to cut away the sins, the doubts, and the fears that bind us. It is a call to consecrate ourselves wholly to Him, to surrender our hearts and lives. As we stand at the threshold of our own spiritual promised land, it is crucial to recognize the importance of consecration. The lesson is very clear. Before we can claim the victories, before we claim whatever God has for us, before we can fully embrace the blessings God is giving us, we must undergo a heart transformation. What does this mean, a heart transformation? See, even though we are worshipping God, even though we are praying every day, even though we are reading the Bible every day, we at times are doubtful. We at times are at a loss of faith, and we commit sins on an everyday basis. So, in order for us to receive these blessings, we must clear ourselves with anything in the past that is separating us from the God. We must allow God to circumcise our hearts, removing anything that hinders our relationship with Him. The act of circumcision at Gilgal sets the stage for the miraculous intervention of God. It is a reminder that obedience precedes victory. It is important that we are obedient to the God. We are obedient to His words. As we obediently respond to God's call for consecration, we position ourselves for His divine intervention in our lives. We need Jesus. In every moment of our life, we need Jesus. We don't know how our life goes without Him. So, at every point in time of our lives, we need His intervention. We prepare the way for miracles. If you need a miracle, if you want a miracle, if you're looking forward for a miracle, it is important that you get consecrated. It is important that you cut off yourself from the sins that you have committed in the past. May this narrative from Joshua chapter 5 resonate in our hearts, urging us to examine our lives and submit to the spiritual circumcision that leads to true consecration. These are very big words, circumcision and consecration, but I'll tell you in simple terms that in order for you to receive His blessings, in order for you to step into your promised land, you have to cut yourself from the past, from whatever sins that you have committed in the past, from whatever doubts you had in the past, from whatever wrongs you have done to your neighbors, to your brothers, to your sisters in the past. You have to cut yourself from that, and you have to be pure at heart again in order to receive those blessings from the God. So, you have to have an abundant life. But before that, when God is handing over your blessings to you, you have to cut off your old life and step into a new relationship with the God. Thank you for joining us today. May God bless you all in abundance.